In the silver mining towns of colonial Mexico, the nights were long and the darkness felt alive. Miners would stumble home from the shafts after sunset, their lamps dim, their boots heavy with dust and silver. Some never made it back. Their friends said they'd heard footsteps behind them, heavy, steady, too measured to be human. When they turned, all they saw was a pair of red eyes glowing from the shadows. A dog enormous, black as coal, silent as death. They called it El Perro de la Muerte, the dog of death. The first written accounts came from Guanajuato in the 1700s, where priests recorded apparitions of a great black hound near the mines. Men vanished without a trace. Their lamps later found extinguished beside strange paw prints burned into the stone. The church said it was a demon, a familiar spirit of a friar who'd once kept a cruel hound to punish thieves. When the friar was executed for heresy, his dog was buried alive beside him. The people said its spirit refused to rest. But older voices whispered something deeper, something from long before Spain. They spoke of Xolotl, the Aztec god who guided the souls of the dead through the 9 levels of the underworld. Those who mistreated dogs in life, it was said, would be lost forever, because no dog would guide them after death. When Spanish and indigenous beliefs collided, they gave birth to something both sacred and terrifying. A spirit dog that could cross between worlds, a guardian turned reaper. Some said El Perro de la Muerte came for the cruel. Others swore it appeared only before disaster, as if warning the living that something terrible was coming. Either way, everyone agreed on one thing. When you saw the black dog, you prayed it wasn't there for you. By the early 1800s, as the War of Independence raged, stories of the dog of death spread across the country. Soldiers reported seeing a massive black dog standing motionless on battlefields before blood was spilled. Its eyes glowed like coals and its fur shimmered as if wet. When the sun rose, the ground where it stood was cold, even when the air was hot. In mining towns like Zacatecas and San Luis Potosí, workers began leaving offerings, bread, candles, even small pieces of silver to keep the dog's spirit satisfied. If you treated it with respect, it might spare your life. If you mocked it, you might never come home. During a great mine collapse in 1815, survivors swore they'd seen it sitting at the entrance hours before the cave-in. It hadn't growled or chased them. It had simply stared, as if trying to warn them to stay away. After that, people stopped calling it evil. They started calling it a guardian. Even now, locals say that on certain nights, when the moon is full and the fog settles low, you can still hear it. Heavy paws on cobblestone streets, a slow breath just behind your shoulder. If you turn around, you'll see it. A black dog larger than any real creature, eyes burning like embers. They say if you meet its gaze, you'll see your own death reflected back. But if you lower your head and whisper a prayer to Xolotl, it will pass you by. Some say El Perro de la Muerte is not a monster, but a messenger. A spirit carrying out an ancient promise to guide every lost soul home no matter how far they've wandered. And in the towns of Mexico, where the old and new worlds still meet, people still leave offerings at the crossroads. A candle, a piece of bread, a bowl of water, just in case the black dog still walks there, loyal, eternal, between life and death.